This is a total insult to every hardworking American who gets up, busts their tail, and pays their taxes every single day. Senator Kennedy has blown the lid wide open on a massive scandal, exposing exactly how radical left-wing bureaucrats treat your hard-earned dollars like an endless, consequence-free ATM.
I don't know what housing has to do with health care. Is that correct?
Yes.
Were you aware that the Medicaid program using federal money, taxpayer money, will pay for an in-home chef? General?
Yes.
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you, Senator.
In America, unlike other countries, where they let you die in a ditch, in America, if you're too poor to be sick, we'll pay for your doctor. Isn't that right?
It is.
And one of the programs we do that through is Medicaid.
Correct.
Okay. And this money for Medicaid, it didn't just fall from heaven. We thank heaven for it, but it came out of people's pockets, didn't it?
Every dime of it.
And some of that money is stolen, isn't it?
Yes.
And the states, not all of them, but many of them, allow it to be stolen, don't they?
Yes.
Let's take Medicaid in California, for example. I don't mean to just pick on California, but because this happens in other states. We saw it happen in Minnesota, for example. But in California, for every dollar that the California state government puts up for Medicaid, for the Obamacare portion of Medicaid, the federal taxpayer puts up $9, don't they? And so, is that right?
That's correct, Senator.
And so, as a result, California has allowed thousands and thousands of these social assistance and so-called health care providers pop up in California, haven't they?
Yes.
And some of those providers steal the money, don't they?
Yes, we know that to be true. Yes.
And the money never gets to the people they supposedly are trying to help. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
And the other way that California and others abuse the fact that they're putting up $1 and the American taxpayers putting up $9. Did I mention it was $9?
I think some say it's even more, but yeah. 9 work.
They expand the services, don't they?
Yes.
Because some states, like California, I don't want to paint with too broad a brush. It's not everybody in California state government, but it's a lot of them. They see this as free money, don't they?
They're not paying for it, yes.
Isn't it a fact that, for example, Medicaid in California will pay a provider to provide tribal prayers? I looked all this up.
I mean, I'll accept that. I didn't know that, but yes.
That California will actually pay a health care provider, I didn't know this was a medical expertise, to pay for exorcisms. Is that right?
I'll accept that, Senator, but that's...
The California Medicaid program will pay for herbal medicines, meal deliveries. They'll pay for housing. I don't know what housing has to do with health care. Is that correct?
Yes.
Were you aware that the Medicaid program using federal money, taxpayer money, will pay for an in-home chef?
Yes.
Okay.
If it's a family member, yes.
Yeah, they'll even pay for gymnasium fees through Medicaid in California. They'll pay for bicycles, scooters, gym memberships. Did you know that?
Yes, several states do, but California does for sure.
They'll even repay your student loans. Were you aware of that?
I was not aware of the student loans repayment.
Yeah, they'll repay somebody's student loans to encourage them to become a health care provider. I mean, California, they're just setting all kinds of records. These folks they're wild people. California's got 12% of the population. In the last 10 years, they're responsible for half of these new so-called health providers to provide exorcisms and other things. Now, what the hell are we doing about it? Why has this gone on for so long?
Senator, listen, it's a great question. And what you just described are programs that are allowed under the program. You have a whole other issue in California where a lot of these folks are just stealing the money, not even running it through for exorcism.
They're thieves, aren't they?
They're thieves, correct.
And California just watches it happen, don't they? Not everybody in California. The government does, though, doesn't it?
Well, that's the challenge in a lot of states, is that we don't have a state government, which you all have entrusted to run these programs and take care of the money that you all give them. There's state structures that absolutely do not do any compliance, and they don't do their job.
Because they don't have no incentive to. They're getting free money. Isn't that right?
Yes, I think so, yes.
Washington is forcing federal taxpayers to foot an outrageous 90% of the bill, $9 federal dollars for every single dollar the state chips in. And predictably, liberal states are treating it like a lottery ticket. It is completely indefensible that taxpayer dollars, which are supposedly meant for legitimate, life-saving medical care for the poorest among us, are being funneled into radical pet projects. We are paying for exorcisms. We are paying for tribal prayers, in-home chefs, gym memberships, bicycles, and scooters. On top of that, using healthcare funds to bail out student loans is a total slap in the face to every regular citizen who actually honors their debts and pays their own way through life. It's absolutely wild, and it is happening on our dime. The cost of free money. When you tell a state government that the money they are spending is free, you destroy any incentive for fiscal responsibility. California has become a breeding ground for corruption because there is zero accountability. Rampant fraud. Thousands of sketchy pop-up social assistants and healthcare providers have materialized out of thin air just to siphon cash out of the system. Zero oversight. Left-wing state structures are completely failing to do compliance or audit where the money goes because they aren't the ones losing skin in the game. Literal theft. Billions upon billions of dollars are being straight up stolen by thieves before it ever reaches a single person who actually needs medical help. This is a Tier 1 slush fund that's been going on for years and years and years. If you need an exorcism, you can go to California. We have got to stop this madness. This isn't compassion. It's a systemic, multi-billion-dollar redistribution of wealth from the pockets of middle-class Americans into a broken, fraudulent, bloated bureaucracy. The federal government has no business subsidizing the radical whims of failing states, while the American taxpayer gets left holding the bag. It is time to audit the system, clean house, enforce strict compliance, and completely dismantle this out of